Hello, Rebel Gman Division 4C. It is I, Jugman, and my faithful companion, Lord Brainlord, here once again to give you your recap for Game Week 8.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so we lost the last week's recap because I ran out of space halfway through. I didn't realise it would cause an issue. And then it said, nope, your file doesn't exist. So
It was quite long. We did go on a bit.
we weren't quite a bit. It was
great
funny
content.
though. It was like, I thought it was like a really cracking recap. But there's one good thing, which is we didn't cover two of the games in that recap because you hadn't played yet. And also everything that was like play was just 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. And then there was like a single like 3-2 victory for Carl Jaeger over Krebs.
He barely ever doesn't score at least two touchdowns.
Yeah, precisely. So yeah, kind of sucks to lose anything like that. But here are the results. Look at them, take them in. But we're moving on to the game week that is now Game Week 8. What is quite funny is we're actually coming towards the end of the REBBL season, really. We're over halfway, but quite a few game weeks now. We're really getting into that crunch time. And let's start off with two teams who haven't really been having the best of seasons. The Rorimbo Orcs versus Alfheim Artists. Well, 1-1.
It's 1-1. Not a lot of armor breaks. It looks like a quiet little game they had here.
Yeah, one injury was inflicted. I'm not sure if it was like permanent, but I'm sure the bloody, elves are like, oh, well, at least I didn't die. Of course, the orcs outbashed them, but it was just a 1-1. Very unremarkable in a lot of.
Yeah, I didn't watch this game because it was like a 1-1, and I was like, everyone played their games on like Tuesday night.
Yeah,
so I only watched like 4 or 5.
Yeah, well, stop leaving it so late, guys. Come on.
Someone still hasn't even played.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Yeah, it's always Alligator Aid. It's always Alligator Aid.
They must have some awkward schedule. I've only seen them play about 2 games.
Yeah, that's fine. But what we do have is the Carl Jaeger report for the next game.
Woohoo!
The Carl Jaeger. So what he said, he should win it. Like his pre-cap was, I should win this. My game is well equipped. My stats were Woodies versus Chaos at 944. 2 or 3 of the losses were dicings. He was down to 3 plays after 4 turns in one of those games. So he's very confident. You're going to try and play kind of reckless,
He is a full, full energy all the time.
Which is good
because a fair lack of wreck.
Not only that doesn't make elves more fun to play, but for a lot of elves, like wood elves and pro elves more so, it's better to play not reckless, but it's better to play high intensity.
You need to, otherwise, you just lose slowly.
Yeah, I mean, like you could say you could be slightly more passive as the wood elves, but pro elves, for example, hopefully you agree as a pro elf coach as well, is you have to be, because you're so slow, you want to make the position as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah.
There's no
slow and weak.
Yeah, precisely.
You gotta do something quickly, or it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I love pro elves, but I also quite love them because they are the most aggressive of the elf types.
Yeah. But it makes his games good to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely. So
always my first pick.
The Carl Jaeger report was start on defense. There was dub skulls and ones aplenty.
I've got the first roll of blocks from craft beers were unbelievably bad. Probably the worst set of dice I've ever seen in my life.
No, I think the worst set of dice I've ever seen was double skull into double skull, shit, and then my opponent rolled double skull into like double skull both down without block, and it was just like turn over immediately, which was like a turn didn't exist. It was like the shittest right in the world. Yeah, he got the one in. He got the one in finally, the 1-0 fight in. Held him from scoring. He trusted in Blodge versus all of his tackle a bit too much. Blodge was a lie. Blodge and dodges didn't want to work. Blah blah blah. He 2-turned in the second half. Started 2 players with 3 players. Second half with 3 players. Kaz just wanted to preserve players. 7 turns of defending. High kick made the game interesting again. He could now 2-turn easily. Went for a 3-turn. Respected the sacking option a bit too much. He positioned himself for a score if a quick snap. He got a quick snap, so he scored. Obviously 1-turned. Then he had,
it was a little mid-game 1-turn. Didn't expect that.
That is a bit mad thing, but then he gave his opponent 3 turns to make it 3-2. Let him. Didn't put he not put all his like players on the line. He wasn't gonna...
He literally ran all these guys into the corner.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Which, I mean, why not?
He also forgot his tree had block, so a skull both down result. He took the skull, which KO'd the tree.
Yep, that was his turn right after the... That was like, yeah, his turn 1.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, my advice for you, Kel Jaeger, don't do that. That's bad.
I mean, Tom Racing's his first turn was so awful that whatever. I think he got like just like pushes, triple dice pushes, and then he like charged with the Minotaur, and it was like you had to re-roll it, and then it was into red dice. It was just he didn't hit anybody down with like 6 or 7 blocks, or whatever. Just so pathetic, and then went down himself.
Yeah, it's not fun when you like you just do nothing for a game. Just like,
you expect to remove like 2 Wood Elves, ideally.
Yeah.
But no, can't even knock one over.
Yeah, well, you know, like Chaos don't want to play a positional game against Elves because they'll lose that. They want to get some of the like removals, but
you see his block dice.
Either way,
we got a POW.
A 3-2 is very good for that team. I would expect. I think we predicted that it should be a win for the Elves anyway. Like it would require a lot. It would require a bit of a dicing.
It's a good matchup, but you got some favourable stuff in there for sure.
So yep, hats off there to Sugar Elf Storage. Next game, Legion of Dead Metal versus Freya's Guard, and it looks like a brutal one. 5 injuries inflicted by Freya's Guard. 59 blocks exceeded compared to the 38 of Necro. These Norse know how to bash, and you know, had pretty good block dice all in all compared to a pretty substandard block dice for the old Necromantic.
Call them mad, picking up 3 injuries, 6 SPP, pure killing. That's nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and pickups were bad for poor Krebs. Looks like what's the word? Foreshadowing was a success for him.
So you mentioned foreshadowing, so that foreshadowing guy didn't.
But
they've both got shadowing guys.
They do.
Looks like Krebs guy did better. Oh, I need to watch this.
And the dodges for Krebs was 7 to 6, which is a little bit poor. Those were just like zombies. He was like, I'll dodge that out because why let it get hit.
Yeah, it could be.
Or like if he was like really in desperate scenarios, he could be like trying to 4+ to like 4+, 3+, and 1 dice, for example. That could be a possibility. Yeah, I mean, in terms of how I expected this, it could happen. Norse can outbash this team pretty handily, and this Norse team has been really effective all season most of the time. So I really have to say hats off there to Gordian.
Lots of SCP for him. He'd be very happy with that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of SPP. Ugh. Ugh. I hate Norse. Our next game, 1-0 to Thermonuclear Pom versus GMM's Calcium getting it done. 15 armor breaks.
I guess he's got a bit of claw, hasn't he?
Well, it's like in terms of like injuries and removals, just 2 KOs inflicted and 2 injuries inflicted. Not too bad. So I'm guessing a lot of them were stuns. It could be a case of fouling.
Yeah.
But of course, we also want to point this out. So Calcium rolled 7 skulls. He rolled 16 POWs. Fucking disgusting.
This is what he's good at, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like I to be honest, because both teams are fairly baby, but the Chorvs have Claw, and Claw might blow them 2 pieces. This isn't crazy at all. Like, I can expect a nice solid win in the bash game from the
1-0
Chorvs.
seems totally fair.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like you could say, well, though that 7 skulls to 16 pounds is like ridiculous, but either way, like it's still a match that I would say the Chorv would probably be really strongly like victors in it. So even with the good dice,
he picked up a bad injury, didn't he, as well, in the win? So it wasn't like it was all plain sailing.
Precisely, yeah, and like, yeah. So I mean, not crazy that this happened, to be honest. And Calcium's a very good player. Probably the most straightforward win that the Thermonuclear Pom have gotten in terms of not controversial, not this, not that.
No extreme nonsense.
Yeah, so hats off there to Calcium. Our next game is the Diastuco Dragons versus Block You Like a Hurricane, where it was a 2-1 victory for the Khemri. 7 KOs inflicted, 2 injuries inflicted by Block You Like a Hurricane. Yep, that sounds like it. That's the thing that happened.
Down to 4 loners, the old dragons. They're getting him back. He had
Yeah.
Eldril, who got injured on his first block.
Oh, bro.
He's actually, I reckon, only got away with a couple of 4+s to get the win. The Dragons are pretty good for like a really rubbish team.
Yeah,
His coach he's doing things right, Ricky Titan.
To be honest, Ricky Titan, I think, definitely has been unlucky. Like, he seems to be able to hold, like, use his team well. And his team is like,
he's one of the best teams, isn't he? Really? So.
Yeah, precisely. So I mean, it's unfortunate he's been kind of given this division.
He would be much better in 4A with all the other Armor 7 Dodge teams.
Yeah, or maybe he will be able to go down. I'm not sure.
I just love that his stadium is just called High School. I don't know why it amuses me so much. High school.
Sometimes I really do like
high school in particular.
Just high school. Yeah, I do like seeing what people have creatively named their stadiums. It's a little bit better than when someone just is like, I'm going to name my stadium here, or I'm going to name my stadium Adopt. Which is always a bit...
Yeah, a little insight into the coach's mind when you get to see the stadium.
Precisely. We now move on to our final game, because the Alligator Raid versus the Carradine Crusaders haven't been played yet. We now go against Wolfbark versus Siggy Racial Sensitivity.
Our favourite coach name, back again.
And this was a 2-1. We did say, Wolfbark is having to like rebuild a bit, but he still has some really good pieces. He could still like win this. In this game, they'll be probably outbashed. Even if they have that Mighty Blow piece to like take out a few things here and there, it's still probably going to go the Dark Elves' way. This is really like where they shine. But it could even be like a 3-2 game. It depends.
I was expecting more goals, yeah.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be one of those games where it's like it's high scoring, and then whoever fails their critical action first, it'll be like a heavy swing. But 2-1's not too shabby.
I think you can give this game. Both teams can think, well, I can sort that because the other team is also a bunch of feeble, edgy boys.
Yeah.
So this game, we're quite happy to stall out for the first. Although Siggy will be absolutely gutted he didn't win this game. He would have gone in at half-time 1-0 up, if not for a 2+. And Wolfbark nicked it with like a 4+ pickup, 4+ pass, 4+ catch, and about 5 dodges.
Oh, jeez.
To steal it. So, and then he got a blitz as well, and he couldn't catch the blitz on a 2+ or on a 3+. It bounced outside. He'll be absolutely furious he didn't win this game.
Yeah, that does sound very unlucky. Jeez. poor Siggy.
Yeah, that's grim. He also had a guy die, poor lad.
Oh, we'll come to that. We actually will come to that now, really, because we are moving on to the team review. And I see 3 teams on the page that have not taken their fucking level up.
Right. I think more people haven't than have this week. Absolutely outrageous.
I'm going to spit in their faces.
It's a disgrace to the league, frankly.
It's a Flesh Golem as well, and the Flesh Golem actually block, pretty much. I mean, like, if you get like a strength up, take it. You wouldn't take an edge up. A move up is not worthwhile.
Maybe it's taking dodge.
You could take dodge, maybe, but like, figure that out fast.
Yeah, if it's block, who are you trying to fool?
Yeah. But it's worth pointing out, apart from that, MNG on the white, he'll miss his piling on tackle white, Mighty Blow for the next game, I'm sure. Otherwise,
it's a hole, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have Mighty Blow on either wolf, does he? So it's a little bit of hitting power taken away.
Precisely, yeah. He'll want to recycle one of those wolves potentially down the line.
You reckon?
I would say, yeah. I mean, like, it's not like blodge, tackle, sidestep isn't bad, but you could do better, I think.
I think the other one is obviously extremely good. But,
yeah. So for now, for a go on to Carl Jaeger's team, nothing new. No, nothing new.
Gamer Pile still rocking it on 0.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love.
But so he's beaten me because my new catcher has died without ever reaching level 2. So
I do love the idea of just him like I'm on purpose keeping Gomapal shit.
I think touchdown is newer, and he's just picked up block touchdown. He's going fine.
I know, that's amazing. Gomapal just showing that once again he is a useless bastard.
He's good at getting injured, I guess.
That's true. I mean, I'm sure at this point, because like the rest of the team has to be protected in terms of positionals, he just throws out Gomapal's like, oh, this is like the 5th strong thing I'm allowed to get hit. And gets hit
exactly.
And dies.
It's gonna happen. Obviously, Lockhart MNG next game is bad because he's a fantastic player.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well,
but you can't
at least with the 2 war dances, he'll be okay.
Yeah, got both war dances for a change, which is nice. Yeah.
Next team, Rowan Berserks. So we covered this in like the previous recap where he got blodged on another Black Orc.
Oh yeah.
Is that it really? Yeah.
Is anything? I think you didn't get anything this week.
Yeah, he got tackle on like the badge up guy at some point, but that's about it.
Yeah, he definitely only got blodged last week. It's coming along though. There's some stats and stuff here. It's all.
Yes, the issue has always been with this team that it's not like uniform yet. It still needs guard, like block guard, that kind of thing, or a bunch of mighty blow and that, and like just have the whole team be really, really effective. At least one thing you'd be happy about is there's certain players who have gotten really star skills, like for example, Blodge, Sandfirm, guard, and that kind of thing. So the team can be very good. It still is not cohesive enough to win games by itself in the grind.
Yeah, he's gonna have to see this as a building season, isn't he? Ultimately.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of next team, we have the Alpha Artists.
He's taken his level, hasn't he? What a champ!
So he's got guard block on that Rembrandt. He's got.
Klimt just picked up a sidestep there.
Yep.
Which is good. You see a lot of Daikos don't take the sidestep, but I think it's extremely useful.
I would probably take sidestep before tackle, to be honest. I mean,
you'd probably get 1 tackle, but then
yeah, 3 tackle before is a little bit. And at one point he took block tackle.
It seems crazy to me, but I guess maybe he doesn't have any mighty blow, so he probably just needs a designated hitter, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's trying to just roll a double on one of these guys and hope it vote for the best.
If you don't get your double on a blitzer, it's a bit grim.
Yeah, just watch what happens. The thing that happens is like, oh, I got all these tackle and block, I'm ready for my mighty blow, my blitzer. Then Georgia O'Keefe, the rest will move up once they roll double, and it's like,
Yep.
Can't roll mighty blow on that
Paul
one.
Cezanne will.
Could take Juggernaut, but yeah.
But Botticelli, another 3 SPP. He's finally kicked into gear with the old leveling up game.
Oh yeah, he's racing ahead now. Our hats off to him. But we'll now move on.
By the end of the season.
We'll move on to a team that's looking very juicy now, which is Jopencraft Beers. He has 3 very good Chaos Warriors, even though it's unfortunate that Hoppin Beer is niggled. A great ball
he's finally got an old Johanniter, something that's been missing from this team.
Block, claw, mighty blow without having to rely on something like a monitor. It's very good.
Finally got a bit of claw, yeah.
And also, to repay his faith for keeping the niggled Beastman, he got Blodge now.
Oh, he's picked up a little double.
Yeah.
That's now not a bad little.
Now I would keep it. Now I'm like,
well,
if it gets SPP, it's fine. I mean, like, it's still like if it died, it died. I wouldn't save it, but like it has a lot more survivability. If it's stuck there in the fight, there's not going to usually be a time where someone, apart from if you're playing Chorfs or like Dwarves, going to be able to take the time out to hit it with like their dedicated tackle piece, for example.
Yeah, and it's still Blodge Armor 8 at the end of the day. It's not the worst thing in the world, is it?
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. So. Very nice team. I really do think that Tom Racing's team is coming together really well. I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah, good development this game week.
Well done, Tom Racing.
So Glaudian's being a dickhead because he won't take his level up.
He's got so many level ups as well. It's really annoying.
Oh
no, so he's taken. So he got 3 level ups. So he must have taken.
He's taken some of them. Yeah, I think
so
he's just wondering like
Loki the Loco leveled up, so he picked up Dodge, which is very nice.
Yep.
Jerry, he didn't take. Wolfgar picked up Accurate. Ooh, I get some actual passing. Are we gonna see?
Ooh, ah.
La-di-da. Fancy North
I
team.
wouldn't have. I would have said I would have given Wolfgar kickoff return, to be honest. Because then
I'm excited to see what he's gonna. What's he gonna do? He's gonna outpass people. Who's he even gonna pass to?
no, that's the thing. It really is no one.
I can't wait to see what happens with this.
Yeah, I am excited to see what he does and if he adopts a passing game, but
Hopefully, he never ever. I don't think he's ever passed.
yeah,
yet.
I guess it's good for desperation. To be fair, like if I had like a human thrower, I wouldn't be playing a passing game. But the reason you pick up accurate on a human thrower potentially is
He's
you do
done
have
5
catches.
passes in his career, so fair play.
Yeah, just
Maybe
in
we'll see a
case.
6.
Our next team, Alligatorade. They played last week. What did they get? They got fuck all.
Did
They
I get anything last week either?
no, they didn't. Well, no, that's the thing. No, last week, yeah. It's like, at most, I think they might have got on stand firm on the Crocs, but I think he's had it for a while now. Maybe?
I'm trying to have a look at my now. Losing the internet on my phone, so I can't even see.
That's fine. We'll just breeze
just
right
assume.
past. Yeah, we're gonna breeze right
It
past.
looks like it looked before.
We're gonna punish you for not playing games. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh
now
no, they didn't play last week. They might not even. Maybe the reason they're not playing is because they don't exist. They got bye week last week, and it could well be they're going to get bye week again.
oh, that's very unfortunate. Okay, I guess he was busy.
But it makes sense for why they aren't playing games.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll now instead then move on to Calcium's team. So Calcium took a move bust on his sackable.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
It's a big movement drop, isn't it? Really.
I mean, like at least like with sprint and sure feet, at least it's like, well, that's
You still sort of, yeah.
just a normal 6 movement piece rather than a de facto 7 movement piece.
Yeah.
So kind of sucks. He's had piling on, I think. I think he just got piling on that Desperate Measures guy.
I think he had it the last game, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Well, again, I can't remember.
I think
It's
all we
so-
picked up here is the 4th dirty player for the team.
Wow, that's so much dirty play.
If you're a hobgoblin and you sign up for this team, you know what's going to happen. Got a pretty set
Disgusting.
career
Yeah, God,
trajectory.
yeah. I mean, some people like really would make a fouling game work. I personally am really shit at fouling. I have to admit, I just don't ever find time for it.
Clearly, he enjoys having the dirty player.
Oh well, absolutely.
He's gone all in. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely, yeah. So we now move on to Skeletons or Skytelen. His block like
Oh yeah, I don't even know how to say these names still.
Abababa.
Seatlin.
Abababa. But yeah, he does have a good team. He got
He's got a
last
lovely
week.
team.
He got block on Rudolf Schrenenke.
Oh, Klaus Main picked up guard last week as well, didn't he?
Yep. And he now has Blodge sidestep kickoff return on a throw row.
Which is pretty juicy.
It's fucking amazing, yeah. I'm
we
sure he
can pick
picked up
up another
sidestep.
wrestle as
I'm
well,
sure he
wouldn't
picked up sidestep on that thing to make his 1 turns easier.
To 1 turn.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 turn. Yeah, this is a good team. It's solid. It hasn't it's just like very uniform. It's like might blow, might blow, might blow, might blow, might blow.
It's just got 6 mighty blow on it, doesn't it? And that is enough to win a lot, destroy a lot of teams.
The throw roll could only be better if he had like a edge up, and he'd be stunningly good.
Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much perfect, isn't it? 2 doubles.
Yeah, my recommendation for Skeleton: roll, move up, and then an edge up on that throw roll for your legend and your.
Two move ups, and I'm expecting 1 turns every game from the lad.
Otherwise, if you don't do a 1 turn and when you have an 8 movement throw roll, we'll beat the living snot out of you.
Chase you down.
And that's a threat. That's a direct, actual threat. If you took that to the courts, I could be arrested, and I'm making that for
Straight away.
delegation. Solid team. Solid team. Ricky Tyne didn't take his level up.
Annoying.
He has a catcher with Blodge as a level up. Yep. You
Could
take
be anything
sidestep.
really, couldn't it, as well? Could be sidestep, could be tackle, could be mighty blow.
Could be sure hands. Some people like
Could
to
be
sure
short
hands.
hands, could be straight. It's like, yeah, this is quite an open one. Still only on the old 8 players. Or is it? No, that's 1 more, isn't it? He's picked up somebody.
No, he's always been. He's
No.
been on 8 players for like 2 or 3
Or
games.
yeah, someone was just MNG, weren't they?
Yeah. He's obviously saving for like a catcher, so Not too much to discuss. Well, he
Yeah,
can
he's
buy
got
catcher. You can buy catcher now,
Yeah,
actually.
ooh, yeah, maybe he wants to keep a bit in the bank, but maybe just buy it.
It's up to Ricky. Otherwise, it's the
If
same as it ever
pop-up
was.
still exists, so it's alright.
Yeah, same as it ever was.
As it ever was.
Yeah, you might find yourself recapping Blood Bowl on a Wednesday night.
Cal Redding, he hasn't played it because he's gonna, I guess, get a bye week. So
Yeah, but like, because we didn't cover like 2 weeks worth.
what did he get up to last week? He
got
also got
like an
last
extra
week.
roster or two. That's it.
God damn.
His team hasn't changed. I can't remember if we pointed out the two heads guy last week or that was the week before. It's the same as it ever was. I have to admit.
Yeah, I think we talked about him last week probably. So let's. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
He's got 2 heads on.
Clap, clap, clap. Let's
Yeah,
talk
not
now.
the most rapid.
Let's talk about Wolfbark, because actually let's not, because he's got nothing. Now Wolfbark has gotten his positionals back.
He's got back. Yeah, he's back. He's shown that you can win with 2 gutter runners. Basically, didn't get any new points on the new gutter runner, sadly, or the new storm vermin. It was injured very early on in the game, but he's got this bench again. He's got all his positionals. I'm sure he'll level those guys up.
He's just playing an inducement game, maybe against some of the higher teams now. Which is fair
Yeah, he had a
enough.
wizard last game. He's
He'll be fine. He'll be
Basking
fine
it.
with that. There's one thing to say though, which is our Storm Vermin now, because it died halfway through like his team's history. That second Storm Vermin will never be good. It'll just be shit unless it gets like fed touchdown and gets claw.
that's going to be slow going, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. He picked up a
Which
new
is a shame
line.
because he liked to pile on twice every turn if he could.
Yeah, and he's picked up a new linesman called Chameleon Skink, which I
Oh,
think
very topical.
I think he's already thrown his hat into the discussion and debate about whether or not the Chameleon Skink is good.
The rubbish chameleon scheme. I mean, his linemen are these all like rubbish things that he hates?
Well,
or
yeah,
doesn't
well, it's more so
regard?
like it's mocking like known to be poor quality things. So Orc Thrower is self-explanatory.
Orc,
He's shit. Xbox Coach is because it's the least played platform, and also one time someone got through to the CCL like matchmaking playoffs with a 0-0-3 Kislev. That was the top Kislev of that season.
That's good.
That's great.
The REBBL player market, though. I mean, he's got a one turner off the market. You'd think he'd be a fan, but
It's dead
hey,
now.
I guess
It's
not.
dead now. Yeah, they sold him a flimsy product.
That's true. Maybe that's why he's gone against it.
No, precisely. And my favorite one's still Space's Ball. That one's my favorite.
Spaces, but that one goes over my head. I've got to admit.
There's a streamer called Space Cadet who like
Oh yeah,
he's okay. He also played in the actual clan league. He's all right. He's okay. He's a 50% coach, but what he's known for doing is like not protecting his ball or like he just crazy shit. And then like when he gets the ball sacked off of him and he like loses to someone who's like got the wits about them, he complains that he's been dived.
Right. Yeah, I know this guy. It's a classic move. Very respectable, very honourable.
You don't know this guy, but you know his move and you know his hustle.
Yeah, I've met people like this and met some.
Yeah, it's like I've met people on like the matchmaking who are like, oh, what you made a 3+ to sack the ball when you already had an assist. Now you have recovery if you roll another 3. That's dicing. How could you roll a 3? It's not like
people just any dice that's outrageous. How could you ever sack the ball?
It's not like the dice to make that work are like there's 2. Like it's 2 out of 3 dice, or 2/3 or whatever. 2/3 of the dice results giving you a success. Ridiculous. Why can't you just roll a 1 and 9?
Why are they all just ones? Come on.
Come on. I would call that a fail Mary. Hoping your opponent just fails whatever he does to make your bad play seem okay. In terms of Siggy racial insensitivity, his team has nothing new.
Yeah, he lost that wrestle lineman who's leaving a hole.
Yeah, we did point out though he's got like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying you didn't pick anyone up and didn't get any level ups.
No, yeah, but like from last week we noted that he got like a bunch of Rog, which is nice.
Oh yes, that's true. He's got a new one of those. Is it Kmal? I think is
Yeah.
only had one game of existence, and he sacked the ball, I believe, or maybe the other guy. They're both the same. Who can tell? So he's getting used out of him right away.
It's a solid team. It's a solid team in every respect. He just needs to go score another touchdown on Elijah Ramshead Gray, the replacement blitzer that he had for the guy who died a while back.
Yeah, but then he's like you said, he's pretty much ready to go. Apart from the order of his team, which is still. I was moaning about this last week, but hey, we didn't get it. What is going on? Why have you got one witch off at the top and one at the bottom? One blitzer down at the bottom. What's going on? Hey, I don't understand it. Why is that blitzer called Fan Bean? I don't understand.
Yeah. If you don't order your team properly in a suitable way, me and Lord Brainlord are gonna go to your house and kick the nonsense out of you. We're gonna like punch you in the head with our keys.
That's true.
God, I can't wait for like Dr. Hep to be like, why are you threatening everyone with beating them up with your keys? That's not the rebel way. And like, funny.
It's just a local thing.
It makes me chuckle. It makes me chuckle. It makes me chuckle. I like abusing people.
Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, this team's looking fine. He's had bad luck, I think, or a rough patch. But he's going to pick it up. I think he'll finish in the top few.
Yeah,
if not,
definitely.
Probably not number one anymore. That's maybe gone, but he's doing fine.
He's doing fine. Speaking of someone who is doing okay, could do better. But fair enough, because his team is the newest team of the entire lot. We have Rattlesnake's GM's nothing new, apart from I think his blitzer with sure hands got guard recently, which is always a nice pickup.
Yeah, a couple of MNGs here. Is that an armor bust as well, or did he sack that guy off?
He sacked it.
Fair play, because he was a level 1 guy, so.
You were second armor bust and was on a orc team.
New name though, not a number 2. R.I.P. Badrock Gorg's knee.
Aww.
Being replaced with the Morglum Morksfoot, I believe.
Yes, that is true. He's the new Blackhawk. This will be a bit of a hard, like, sort of, what's the word? Game coming out, because he'll be down a blitzer. He's down his bench.
Down 2 block, yeah.
Yeah, he's down his sure hands piece. You know, it's
down his short. Yeah, this is going to be probably his toughest game, really, isn't it? Because this is not the condition you want to be going into.
Like if I was him, I would carry on the adjunct piece now.
Oh, he's got Dusseldorf, hasn't he? Yeah. We'll get to that, I guess, in our predictions. But yeah, that's going to be not the greatest. It's not the worst. He's not going up against a big super bash team, so it could be worse. But
I mean, this is still one of the reasons why I think it's bad to just have a orc thrower, because now that blitzer's gone.
You have like 2 blitzers, basically.
Yeah, because you're using another blitzer to carry still.
And he's only got 60 bangers in the bank, so he can't do much to fix it either.
Can't even buy it, no. Which is a shame. However, for the meantime, we will now go over to the leaderboards, because now it's relevant to look at the leaderboards. I'll give you here, everyone can see this, you can't, but that's fine. It's the visible representation.
I'll look it up on my own time, it's fine.
You're looking at the REBBL.net site, probably, which...
Oh, yeah, I've got that at the same time. I'm dual screening here, high production values.
Oh, yeah, I have one screen, that's the thing. All of my co-casters thus far have been like, yeah, I've got 2 screens, so I'm looking at...
Oh, I mean, I'm literally just using my phone.
Oh.
I'm on a laptop, I don't actually have 2 screens.
Okay,
I'm very low budget here.
Well, that's better then. I don't feel as bad. But okay, well I'm switching over now on the OBS team. I'm switching over now to the leaderboards, as REBBL.net says, with 20 points at the top. Wolfbark 620, stunningly good, followed by Lord.
Touchdown differential he's got there. That's not going away.
Stunningly, he won't lose that at all. Glordian is next with 611, very solid. Calcium 530, the other
still undefeated,
unbeaten, yeah. Very close. But then again, Skeleton with 17 points at 521, very close. And then Carl Jaeger and Siggy Racial Sensitivity.
So Siggy's still in the top. Jaeger's moved in. That's that top 6 is all. Exciting. It's like the Premier League, there's a real top 6.
Yeah, really, this is feast or famine for every team in the league thus far. All the teams that haven't been doing so well have just like drawn against each other. And haven't like been able to like pick up any points.
Yeah.
And lose against all the top guys.
Except for Rattlesnake, who is bang in the middle.
Yeah.
He's not in the top and he's not in the bottom. Got a nice cushion. He's not going to move league position next game.
Absolutely, yeah. Like Rattlesnake, Yeah, I mean he's doing all right. He's probably not.
He's literally doing alright, isn't he?
He's not. He's probably not out for, like the Challenger Cup stuff or maybe even the playoffs technically, but it's now.
Yeah, he could actually. He could. I mean, technically, he could still win. So yeah, he's in with a sniff.
It's still pretty hard to imagine anything like really changing too significantly.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Wolfbark's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, like only just first. I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think I reckon any of the next 5 could finish second, though. Really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I do think Lordy and Calcium with Bark are definitely the ones I think are most in it, but we'll see.
But then at the other end as well, it's the team at the Darkhawk. He's not guaranteed to finish at the bottom. He could very well just climb up 4 or 5 spots, and obviously if Darkacell is gone, they're going to drop down.
Yeah.
But everyone else is in danger as well. I think even poor Crepusculum could get dragged into the mire.
It could be a case that Darkusel couldn't play this like last week or so because of like World Cup stuff. It could be
or a 2-week holiday or something.
Who knows? We'll get back to you guys on that. Actually, yeah, we'll get back to you on that.
Write us an email, lads.
Write us an email. Send it to our PO box. You know, my PO box is.
We'll read it out on the show.
Okay, I'll give everyone the PO box for Blue Peter.
Connie Huck would love to read out.
Oh God.
One of Shergard Storage's match reports.
Yeah, or we can send it. Yeah, I know. I like the idea of like a hot child's TV presenter just like reading Blood Bowl comments.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, let's get Holly Willoughby, please, to read out my Blood Bowl comments, please.
Say powered me blodger, please.
Power me blodger. He's powered me blodger. Oh, that's honestly an intrusive thought that I have. Like, and there was I
can't stop thinking about it.
There is a solid week that I've had recently where I've just been thinking, like, I've been sitting at work, I've been sitting at my desk somewhere, like, other time being like, he's powered me blodger. He's powered me blodger. And like I can just imagine like Dick Van Dyke or like someone from like a Dickensian novel being like, little like Tiny Tim.
Yeah, he's just a little. Oh, he's powered me blodger. Oh.
Oh, like size powered me blodger.
Blimey.
What day is it, young man? What day is it, young Tiny Tim? Oh, why? It's the day that fucking I roll double ones on everything. Find me the worst blodger who just gets pal that you can from the shops. I'll pay a threepence for them.
It's a shilling, young man.
A shilling for your worst blodger who gets palled all the time into armor break, into death, and then you save him from an M&G. The worst player, and everyone is cursed to have it. However, we'll now move on to the final section. Well, not the final. There are 2 sections of the show.
We've got 2 more sections.
Yeah, there's.
No one told me. What's the extra section?
Well, there's this section which is the predictions, and then it's our closing thoughts, which is always my favourite part because I get to chat shit. So first game, Roman Resort versus Freya's Guard. Personally, I think Freya's Guard have this all week.
They seem to be on an upward trajectory. Everything's working out for them so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I have a real backing in my heart for the Norse, and also with Claw Mighty Blow as well for the Norse. I think this could be a terrible matchup for Roman.
They just look powerful.
Absolutely.
And scary.
Next game, Jopen Craft Beers Thermonuclear Pom. Probably Calcium for me. I mean, Jopen Craft Beers now do have Mighty Blow and Claw and block and
They've
that.
got Claw. This is, I mean, this could be, but I think I'm with you. Well, I've just looked up on the little ELO thing. 80% to Pom is given this.
Oh god, yeah.
Blimey. Actually, almost all the games are unbelievably stacked this week. So I'm hoping for some upsets.
Oh yeah, we love the upsets.
But I think, I mean, this is a decent chance for an upset here. But like you said, I think you've got a favour.
I still think Calcium, because Calcium we'll usually back Calcium anyway.
He just know how to roll ones and skulls, so...
Oh yeah, precisely, yeah. He just rolls £1,000,000 compared to his, 1 skull. It's still not as good as the time that I rolled a game where I had like 0 skulls. It was like literally no skulls.
Wow.
I never skulled out.
You start red dicing everything.
Like I should have, and then like my opponent fell to 1 and 9 for like the win. So yeah, bro. Yeah, I just like fucking lucked that game out entirely. It's my favorite game in the world.
Thanks for playing me.
Thanks for fucking just not rolling well at all, and how you should have won this, but I just fucking died the shit out of you into a draw. Thank you. But then again, they're lizards. They're bastard lizards versus my underworld. So
Lizards deserve to get diced, don't they?
Yeah,
so
precisely.
that's how it works.
Next game is the Alfheim Artists versus Block You Like a Hurricane.
Yeah, I love the Alfheim Artists, but they might all die.
Well, the problem really is, like, usually I would be, like, all behind backing the Alfheim Artist and go, well, you know, Khemri is very susceptible to an Alf game. And I do think Darkwalk is a good coach, like, don't get me wrong. But I just think the Khemri is really high and flying high, not high and fly. Flying
He's
high.
one of the form teams, isn't he? And he's got 6 Mighty Blow. And
So-
that weird sidestep freak.
And also like a really nice fouling game. So
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I mean, Alfheim, he could do some stuff, but I think he's going to feel the pain. And if he's not 3 goals up by half time, it could be tough to defend.
precisely, I'll back the Khemri just because I think they're the informed team.
Yeah, maybe even the form team of the league right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, actually, I guess the form team of the league really is a Wolfball because he's like 6
I'm not counting this form because he's just won everything. He's
Yeah.
a slight dip in his first game where he only got a draw.
Oh yeah, a shitter.
But yeah, he's basically just been consistently quite good.
Yeah, definitely. Our next game, Sugargold Elf Storage versus Corroding Crusaders.
Ooh.
Sugargold Elf Storage is kind of a form team as well because they've been really doing well after like a really like just dice, but managed to get a draw kind of like initial part of the season.
They just score a lot of touchdowns, don't they? Always. And Nurgle don't score that many touchdowns,
Precisely,
in my experience. But obviously, it's harder to score against Nurgle than basically anybody else.
Yeah, I really think that the Elves will win this though. I don't think there's enough on that Nurgle team to stop them, and Nurgle will struggle against Elves usually anyway. There is no like tackle. He does have
They don't have the speed.
He has a Claw Mighty Blow block Nurgle Warrior, but it's not piling on, so
Yeah, they might get the tree out, but yeah, I think I'm favouring Shergard for this. They've been impressing me lately,
absolutely. I have to
and I'll be
say,
sad if they lose.
Carl Jaeger, very good coach. Next game.
8-0, do you reckon?
No, I could see like a 3-0, but like it really depends on who kicks and who receives.
Yeah.
Like I could see like a 2-1, for example, in favour of the Elves, if like the Elves like managed to sack the ball. But I can't imagine it being a
Seems
high-scoring game.
But yeah, you can't keep throwing it in because of all the stinky presents, can you?
Yeah, and plus
If
I
I
do think that even though there's only one like Mighty Blow or 2 Mighty Blow pieces, there will reach a time where critical mass in terms of elf removals has been hit, and he'll just be like, I'm not going to try and keep giving him LOS blocks for no reason. That sort of thing.
That's true. Yeah, you got to play. I think and he likes to keep his guys safe. Well, he doesn't. That's a lie.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, he's like, right.
He does give up the whole.
Alive.
He gives up the goat just to save pieces, which is fair
When,
enough.
yeah, when you're 2 touchdowns up, there's no point going for the third, is there?
Yeah. Our
He knows this. And what's next?
Legion Dead Metal versus Wolf Barks Mischief. Kepslim's not been doing so well, and to be honest,
As much as I want him to do well, this is not the game to do it, I think.
with no Mighty Blow White as well, or no Mighty Blow Pom, you know, Pom
His
tackle guy.
best hitter is out. He's got the wolf, which can do some stuff, but you can't run away from gutters. The computer's got this on 82.97% to Wolf
Shit.
Bark, which is
And I know what I'm gonna say. I agree with the computer. Wolf Bark takes this for me.
yeah, it could be 3-1. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. It could be a high-scoring game, but I think Wolf Bark will do enough. I think Wolf Bark would have to be fairly diced to not be able to achieve a result. At least keep
think
the
that's
draw
fair.
at worst.
It's going to be another tough game for our boy.
Yep.
Crepusculum.
But best of luck, Crepusculum, really.
Don't die if you can.
Our next game is now going to be G&M's Mamma versus Dusseldorf Rainfire. considering the Dusseldorf Rainfire is out there blitzer, even if they do get like inducements, the fact is that I don't think they can really close the gap as such. They're not that fast because they are missing a blitzer. One of their blitzers is going to be hidden behind the screen to hold the ball anyway, most likely, unless he carries on a linesman, which is susceptible to, you know, a lot of things. He doesn't have a block linesman right now. Even with all the guards, the guard he has, he could protect the cages and that. But there's also some sidestep lodge on the team, and he has 2 tackle, but no piling on, so he can't really push those results.
There's going to be gaps. Dusseldorf's like very patient on defense. He does not full on it, but he'll just wait for that one gap, which will happen.
I really do think it's going to be a Dusseldorf Rainfire victory.
This is the closest one according to the computer of the week, but it does favour him, and I think I slightly favour him as well.
Yeah.
It could well be a draw, this sort of thing, you never know.
Yeah, definitely. This game is going to be the Diastuco Dragons versus Alligator Aid. Now, of course, we don't know if Dark Usol's going to drop.
Will happen, yeah.
Which is a little bit sad.
I could have got played for one. I don't even know how they're doing, really. I can't even picture how this match will go.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
don't
hard.
love playing lizards as low-level elves, but if he's got that pop off whatever, you can sack him quite easily with a little rubber strength 2 guys if you've got your edgy 5 wrestle.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I give him a solid chance.
I give him a chance. I think this would be the closest game of the whole thing for me, because these Secret Dragons do get Wizard most likely. They do get Wizard actually. They get Wizard. They can get Wizard and they can pick up like maybe Moranion. So they have like a great.
He liked Eldril last time, didn't he? We might see more Eldril.
Yeah, Eldril's okay. The thing's like, because this team's full of stunties, you don't really need Eldril as much. I wouldn't mind.
Just a bit of Saurus hitting beef.
Well, yeah, you can clear away Sauruses, and you can clear this and that way. Moranion has block, tackle, wrestle as well.
So he can actually back up Saka as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid. We're giving him just hot tips. You're paying for this.
Oh yeah. I would pick Moranion because he sacks skinks like really easily. Eldril would just be a little bit with more for me, and he's also kind of like vulnerable.
He's very vulnerable, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And
and this could all be academic. It might game mate never happen.
No, or we hope it happens. We do hope it happens.
We hope it happens. But yeah, the Lizards have got 1 tackle. So I don't think you don't really need Eldril in that sort of situation, do you?
Precisely. So, in my opinion, just get Moranion.
Get Moranion and beef. You got a lot of. Actually, can you get something else on top of that? It's like 1200 to 1700.
He might be able to get like. He might be able to get like a Babe, which a Babe's okay. Not a lot of my blow on this team, so it doesn't matter as much. But yeah.
Why not? Yeah. I hope this game happens because it'll be a fun one. But
absolutely.
You never know. We can't make Dark Usul come back from the dead or whatever's happened to him.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I hope they haven't died because that would be really insensitive. If I just said that.
This could mean that probably not. It could mean that like a ramp up team takes its place. I'm not sure. A ramp up is. I don't
think they do. My league's got a couple of drops, and because there are like, there's teams in here with like 2,000 TV, so I don't think they're in the habit of dropping fresh teams.
Yeah, I think that's only for like the Division 5 and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But well, at the same time, considering Rousnick's coming with like a pretty much a new team.
It is still quite unbalanced anyway. Down in Div 4, you get coaches like me who have got old advanced teams but are rubbish at the game.
Yeah.
Mixed in with people who've played 1 season. And
yeah.
It can get quite unbalanced.
He'll sort itself out once it has like a few seasons to run, we hope. By the way, that is the end of the predictions. We do have our final thoughts. Now, our final thoughts are a great way for me and Brainlord to communicate what is pressing in the Blood Bowl world and in the world in general. I will leave you with the first one, or you to do the first one. That is Brainlord.
I haven't prepped my final thought. I don't have any Blood Bowl thoughts. I don't think.
Okay.
I've never had a Blood Bowl thought. Definitely not during these recaps.
You're the Blood Bowl thought. You're the guy who goes like, you say something like, "Oh yeah, hope everyone does well, no injuries," and I'm the one who goes, so let me tell you about the radio.
Back on some wheels.
No, Mills is a dickhead. I'm all about Johnny Vaughan.
Lost all that chat, didn't they? God damn.
I'm all about Johnny Vaughan on Radio X because he's funny, And did you know you got done for coke? I think I told this. I can't remember if I told this in like the last
I think
recording.
this is the last week. Although I think the lithium story we've told twice now. So let's just...
Well, I'm not going to tell the lithium story about the woman who was on lithium at my workplace. I will say Johnny Vaughan at one point was when he was like in the 80s. He got done for selling like 12 kilograms of coke.
Oh, dealing! Hell yeah, that's even cooler
That is
than
cool.
just doing coke, which is very cool.
He does coke. He must do coke because he sounds like he's constantly like having a mad one.
I mean, I assume that basically all radio presenters, even like Radio 4.
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah, imagine that. Like you're reading like some sort of classical literature or a poem, and you're like,
just in our time with Melvin Bragg, and he's just railing lines.
Oh my god, yeah. My classics teacher. What a wanky sentence that begins with.
I didn't realise who I was co-hosting.
Yeah. Well, I did classics and then Eton. But yeah, I did classics in a grammar school for sixth form. I went to a grammar school for sixth form. Not that much a wanker. But when I went to a grammar school for sixth form and did the classics, my teacher was like getting me to read from the Aeneid, and he was like, "Yeah, you should read from Radio 4." Like that would be amazing. Just doing fat lines of cocaine and like reading. Yeah, like this is the Penguin translation of the Iliad.
Just bring it down a bit. Yeah, this is the under fives translation.
This is one that's very interesting as a translation of the Iliad because it uses much more emotive language, while previous translations really like to go by the book and be very literal to the ancient Greek. Also, be careful. Go down to your local student union and get a tester for your cocaine in case it has fentanyl. I know I do.
Ooh.
Now, let me do the two things I'm good at, doing cocaine and reading the Iliad.
At the same time.
At the same time. No, I'm not, you know, there's this thing that's like, they ask, like, can you walk and chew gum? And it's like, saying, like, are you stupid or something, or, like, whatever.
But I can read Greek and do coke.
Yeah, that's literally, yeah, you say that to some, like, you know, dim girl, and you know, like, you go, like, oh, you're so dim, can you even, like, read Latin and do coke? And,
I'm not sure I could, to be fair, but I'd be willing to give it a go if anyone wants to make that happen. Let me know, write in, send us an email.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, I mean, that was my final thought, really. We went on for like a long... We spent like 10 minutes, I think, on the last one. That got like lost.
At least 10 minutes on the last one.
We spent a long time, yeah.
This is a much more modest final thought, mostly because I haven't done any thoughts all day.
Oh god,
It's just been a very blank day for me.
Yeah, I mean, well, like, I like to blank out. You know, my work is sometimes like me sitting at my desk waiting for something to happen, like someone to come through the door. Or,
Yeah, I do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Just wait for work to arrive.
It's kind of okay.
And there's no need to turn your brain on for that, though, is there? So I haven't really thought since sort of yesterday afternoon.
Best thing to do, don't think.
Which is a lot easier, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I think the perfect job for me would be like they leave me alone to do my own thing, and then I do my own thing. It takes like a week to do my own thing, and then like when they want it, like, oh, okay, can you sort this 1-2 thing out? Okay, thanks. And they go away for another week, and just let me do my thing for a week. That would be a dream job. But
what do you think, though? What would you be doing? Building a race car? Doing cool flips on a skateboard?
I'd be doing what I do at home, which is just like click on a million different tabs like every minute.
900 tab Wikipedia binge.
Yeah, that'd be like an amazing job, honestly.
That would be a good job.
Yeah, like my job is I do research anyway. Well, I don't know, that's not my job, but the job would be theoretically the perfect job. That is, I would be just researching things, and then like I do a report, and then like, oh, this is good, bye.
Blood Bowl recap.
Oh god, yeah. Apparently there are some like really mad cunts who can play Blood Bowl at work. There's some people who are like they might concede or like they might like ask for pause because they are playing Blood Bowl at work. I'm like, how the fuck can you do that?
That's either really good Blood Bowl playing or really bad working.
To be honest, a lot of people I've seen do that have been a bit shy, but you know.
It's a type.
It's a type, yeah. But that is the final thoughts. Thank you everyone for tolerating the fact there was no recap last week. hopefully this recap makes it up to you. We weren't going to
Hopefully
do
this recap exists. Doesn't disappear into the ether again.
it won't. We weren't going to do the double recap or whatever we did like last time because I'm tired.
We actually did do the recap. We could
Yeah.
believe us, guys. We did do it.
We did do it, yeah. I mean, I like to think that like it's a bit sad that this is the first recap season that I've had like not everything come out on time every single time. But at the same
It
time,
could be my malign influence.
we know. I don't think it's that. It's more so that I got a job. I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
That's a real problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always want to go to bed.
Previously, I could just like contact Dr. Hep and be like, "Could you do this at 2 p.m.?" I'd get up, I'd go to the gym, I'd come back, I'd like eat a pot noodle and be like, "Yep, having a Dr. Pepper." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this." Okay, that worked. Yep, bye bye. And now it's like, yeah, I come home from work, I do this. I'm like, well, it's
I still eat pot noodles though.
Yeah, no pot noodles. I have a proper dinner. That's the thing.
Oh damn! Wow, you've really moved up in the world.
Wow, I'm rich. I'm rich making my tenner an hour. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. We can't wait to see you next week. Until then, stay fucking
Good.
fantastic.
Goodbye, everybody.